Alright guys, welcome back. Today we're taking a look at the Jada Toys Megaman once again. I have reviewed this before on this channel, in the very early days. So I think my channel has updated quite a lot since then, and I would like to bring some of those older reviews into the newer format before I get too far along. And I definitely wanted to pick up another copy of this because I wanted to do some experimenting on it. And I will definitely show you all the fruits of my labor during this video. So without further ado, let's take a closer look at Megaman, starting with the packaging. So checking out the packaging, really nice artwork on the front there. Have a little HP bar on top there. It's pretty cool. And Megaman below there. Figure is nicely displayed. There's a cutout for light to shine down, and it definitely does. And beside there you got that little 8-bit sprite of Megaman there. On the back just has Megaman and his accessory, but I remembered back in when I first got this figure, the packaging had the three characters that was in the wave, which is Megaman, Fireman, and Iceman. And then there was a little sort of display below, like how it was in the game, where you could see the character portraits. So I kind of wonder why they changed that, because it used to look pretty cool. Nonetheless, this is what they have now. Don't know if this may be some sort of version 2 maybe. You got the same retro Mega Man 8-bit sprite on the side. Legal information on the bottom. And that's pretty much it for packaging. So without further ado, let's unbox this and see what we get inside. Alright, so getting into the details on Mega Man here. He does have a slightly different color blue from the previous release. I remember June saying in an interview once that they changed the factory, so I don't know if that applied to Mega Man as well. It's definitely not showing up in the video, but I will post a picture here. But if you're comparing it to the older one, this one is actually more accurate in terms of it's more of a teal color, and this is just more of a light blue. But as you can see, face really nicely printed on there. That's one thing I will complain about, though. They put the figure extremely tightly into the plastic tray, and when I was taking it out, it scraped the paint off right there and there. So those are things I don't think they should put those too tightly inside there. But all the details and stuff do look really nice. See, I have a little something going on there. The vents at the back of the helmet. And the face is done really cool. It's actually printed a little bit better than the previous one as well. This one is more dotted and stuff, and this one is far more cleaner. As before, they have airbrushing going all throughout the body. Lighter blues over that teal. And then on the helmet and gloves, and even the Speedos type things and the boots, they actually have sheen to it, so it does look like armor / metal. Really cool. One thing I will complain about though, this some sort of molding issue or something at the top of the boot, and this was not, or at least was not so bad on the previous release, so they definitely need to look at that. There's a little blotch of paint as well there. But nonetheless, it does move very smoothly. Looks very nice. And with the naked eye, it's not too obvious. This is pretty zoomed in. So yeah, it's really nice. Really happy to pick up the this sort of updated version, I guess, because it does have quite a more accurate paint job there, as well as the face is quite a lot cleaner as well too. So let's move on to Articulation, and we'll take a look at his accessories. So let's take a look at the Articulation. The head has a pretty unique sort of joint. There's a hinge with a ball joint on top, and there's also a hinge with a ball joint going down into the body. So you can actually bend that neck peg forward, back, can go a little bit around, but with the head on it, you can get quite a decent amount of down, quite a decent amount of up, some tilt, and well, of course, rotation. The shoulders, there are no butterfly joints or anything like that, but they do go up about that much. They're flat down like that, rotate, and they can rotate here, of course. The elbows can bend a little better than 90. There's rotation there. The wrists do swivel and hinge as well. This one's kind of stiff. The torso has a ball joint on top, which can swivel, lean side to side. And the waist also has a ball joint, so together they give you a decent amount of range forward, more back than anything. Still quite impressive for such a small figure. The underwear is a soft material, but it's not really needed due to the fact that they have sufficient clearance for the legs to actually kick forward quite a bit. So you can get them up to about there. Can go back to about there. It does have a split, full split. Does have a side swivel. The knees to give you a little bit better than 90. And there's also a swivel at the knee. And the ankles do go back about that far, forward about that far. And there's the rocker. So you'd actually be surprised at what this little figure could accomplish. So with enough finagling, you could actually get it in a really decent
superhero landing.
And it does look decent from all sides. So I think that's really impressive for such a small figure. Alright, so let's move on to the accessories. And he does come with 2 fists in package, but those can be swapped out for the splayed hand, which is on the left arm. And I have to say, this hand is very, very loose. It doesn't fall out or anything very easily, but it is very loose with regard to turning around and stuff. And it does hinge back and forth. Swap the other fist for the sort of buster holding arm, which also does hinge as well. It would have been nice to have hands for this, a pair of these and a pair of these, for each side, but I mean, for $20, you can't really complain too much. And he does, of course, come with Mega Buster. And this, although there's a yellow indicator showing you it should be on the outside, this actually does go on either arm. So, I'll show you on this. You'll tend to put it on the on the left arm more because you only have a right buster holding arm, so can get those buster holding poses, whether you want it on top, or even below. And yeah, it's really, really nice. It swaps out really easy. Can put it on the right arm if you wish, and that just orients the other to the outside. I guess in this case you can probably have him holding the buster with this open arm here. Could probably achieve that as well. Yeah, something like that. Over the top. But you can't be shooting his buster with a happy face like that. It needs to have more of a determined face. As you can see, paint job on this one is really, really cool as well. Really crisp. No missing lines or anything like that. That just plugs on like that. How cool is that? He does come with the stand, which plugs into his accessory piece, which is just his buster shot. The stand does have some articulation points and can spin around. So, really, really welcome accessory. That could be angled however you wish, like that. So you could have him blasting some robot masters. So you might recall me saying that I was experimenting on these. So this is the original one I had. And basically, what I did was I heated up the heads and took a screwdriver and sort of went around prying it away from the things. So eventually, I managed to get them to free up. So my intention, hopefully, is to whenever I get a variant color of Megaman that has a unique face sculpt, I can always do this technique and then I could swap the face sculpts in between. So if I want this one on the hyperbomb, or if I want the hyperbomb expression on this original color, should be able to do it. I also did it on the other head as well. I do need to sand down these a bit so they fit a little bit more snug, but for the most part, they do fit in pretty well, and they do look pretty seamless once they're in. I actually did paint the inside of the helmets black though. But yeah, I just thought I'd mention that, just for anybody who may be thinking along the same lines and was interested in knowing if that was possible. It certainly is. With some hot water, patience, and a screwdriver. So for height, Mega Man does stand about 4.5 inches tall. Here's how he looks next to Jada Toys Ryu, a McFarlane Nightfall Batman, a bootleg Thousand Toys Master Chief, a Mayflex Nightfall Batman, Premium DNA's Earthworm Jim, NECA Mirage Donatello, Black Series Mando, his wave mates, so to speak. Here's him next to Iceman, and then here's him next to Fireman. Here's how he looks up against a Marvel Legends Ant-Man. So here we have something of a little tease of a Marvel vs. Capcom display there. So in closing, I think this figure is fantastic. It's equally as impressive as the first one, and it's even slightly improved. I will complain about the molding issue on the boots there, and there is the issue with the hand is kind of loose in that socket on the left side, and also the fact that they put it so tightly into the tray so that it scraped the paint as it was coming out there. Those three things I had to complain about, but other than that, the figure is definitely really nice. I can't wait for the rest of these figures. I have Iceman, Fireman, and coming up next is going to be Cutman, Electman, and the Hyperbomb version of Mega Man. So can't wait for those. Hopefully we get those sometime this year and not next year, but we'll see. Anyway, I hope the video was informative. Hope you all enjoyed it. And until next time, you all take care.